Well, Kate Allatt had a locked-in syndrome after suffering a stroke, but has made a remarkable recovery. She admits that while she had locked-in syndrome, she had no quality of life and wanted to die. But now she works for the stroke charity Fighting Strokes, and we can speak to her now. Good morning, Kate.
Hello.
Hello. Now, you're one of the very few people who can understand what poor Lamb is going through. Can you describe for me those days after you'd had a stroke and realised that you were locked in, or that you had locked-in syndrome?
Yeah, absolute hell, nightmare beyond nightmares. To wake up to realise that you can feel everything but move nothing. To wake up to the leg cramps, the pain, the shoulder pain, the indignity of being looked after and having everything done for you, everything. To having the ventilator coming out of your mouth. This was early days for me. To watching the nurses drinking coffee and wishing you could drink. I was nil by mouth for 6 months. I couldn't eat or drink anything. To that hair that would just annoy you in the side of your face that you couldn't tip away or shuffle in your bed to make yourself comfortable or even let anybody know you were uncomfortable. It was very lonely. It was horrible.
How much support was given to you and your family emotionally and psychologically?
Absolutely nothing. I was discharged. It carried on when I was discharged. I've had no help whatsoever given to us as a family or me individually. I think there should be a nominated patient advocate for people like me in hospital. That's a different issue, and that's what I'm fighting for in my Fighting Strokes charity. But I use my blog, A Rocky Stroke Recovery, to help me deal with it. I've had to find ways to help me cope myself because there's very little help out there for carers or stroke victims or locked-in syndrome survivors.
Yours is an unbelievable story. How did you start to recover from locked-in syndrome?
Well, it was a trigger from wanting to die, from not wanting to exist like that anymore, to having the fight back. Was quite a long story that you can see in my books. They're on Amazon, Running Free. But there was a trigger, and that trigger was a fight that instead of wanting to give up on life, I wanted to prove everybody wrong and try really hard to be back with my kids who were very young at the time. They were a great motivator for me, as was running again and walking again. But I was very lucky, and I worked damn hard, and I still do, and I try and inspire and empower people now because, everybody can make progress.